Okay, it's winter, finally, here in southern Finland as well, and we have some epic amounts of snow. And today I want to show you what kind of winter tires I'm using and why. Alright, so here I have the spike tires that I've been using for the last 2 years. So these spike tires, they are handmade here in Finland, and that is the reason why they cost pretty much like 3 times more than a normal motocross or enduro tire. It's a must here in the Nordic countries. I'm living in the south, but the guys up north, they are having snow from October until late March or April, and we southern boys here we southern boys here, we don't have snow that long. But investing in a good set of snow or spike tires, it's an investment for many years. If you know how to ride with them, you are going to have a lot of hours out of the tires. So basically, when you are going to buy a winter tire, you have a body of the tire that matters, and then you have the spike number and how wide or how vertical the spikes are put into that body. Basically, first you need to ask yourself, what kind of riding are you doing? If you are doing like motocross or like only riding in not so rocky terrain or something like that, you don't need that much like airspace in your tire, because the airspace only adds more weight to your tire. The tire is bigger itself, there is more mass to handle, and the mass is only making your suspension work like much weaker or slower. If you choose like a lower airspace tire, like you don't have that much of protection to your rims, but you have much less unsuspended weight in your bike. On the other hand, if you are doing like enduro in like rocky sections and stuff like that, I would always go with the higher airspace tire, so that you have one more suspension tool in your bike, so to say, that suspends all the rocks and everything. Then what matters next is what kind of and how many spikes your tires have. I know there are those like self-screwing, you can yourself screw some tires spikes to your that's the cheap way to do it, and I think that's definitely not the best way to do any spike tire. But if you don't have like 6 months of snow and ice, then I see that as a smart option instead of buying a 300 euro like rear tire. For Finland and for the Nordic countries, I think that these handmade like spike tires are the best and the only solution here. This tire, for example, it's around 220, I think, the spike count, and there is only a couple of spikes already. Like when the time goes on, you ride with this, the spikes start to fly away or the knobs start to break, but this haven't done it yet. It's a really good solid tire. There's one missing. When you're choosing your tire, you have to pay attention to how many spikes your tires have, because when you go too low with the spikes, the tire doesn't last that long, and if you go too high with the spike count, then your tires are like dead weight on your on your bike. They are super like long lasting. I think that is great for hobby riders that doesn't do that much of riding, to have a tire with many spikes in it. But if you are doing like I'm doing some races someday at least, I will always choose the tire that doesn't have the least number of spikes and not the most number of spikes. So I aim for the middle. That way I will get the compromise of long-lasting, compromise of like life to the tire, and compromise of grip and how the suspension works and everything. So that is for the spike count. The spike tire manufacturers, they changed what is the pattern where they put the spikes and how they go, like do they go sideways or do they go up straight. And if you have like a lot of snow then it's good to have spikes that go upwards, so that when you are in the rut, riding deep in the rut, the tire doesn't start to like climb from the sides, because you have a lot of like sideway spikes in your tires. But if you have a lot of snow, then always aim for a tire that has like semi like vertical spikes in it, and that way also your tires are gonna last much longer. If you go with a tire that has spikes sideways and there's a lot of snow or icy rut, for example, your knobs on the sides are going to be flying super fast. So yeah, those of course those tires that have sideways knobs on the sides of the tires, they have their place, but it's on the when there is not too much of snow, and you have to do angles with your bike, or you're riding in a lake, for example, like I did last year. Then an enduro tire, or let's say like a deep snow tire, is not the best to make turns in winter or in the ice. But if you have side knobs that are pretty wide or pretty sideways, then you have much more grip. So yeah, that's about what kind of tires we have. All right, so the next thing I will do, I will show you guys how you can change your spike tires without getting any punctures to your legs or hands, and without any. I have this cheap like tire changing racket or stand here, and I won't be using any Anaconda tools or anything like that. So let's see how will I get this tire off without any sweating. If you have old smooths in your summer tires, it's easy to use in winter tires as well, because winter tires, they usually are a bit more stiffer, so that you don't need to have a brand new mousse for your or right-sized mousse for your winter tires, because the tire itself keeps the rim in good shape. So I will be using the old mousses that I have inside here. But yeah, let's try to not make a huge sweaty mess of this winter tire change. I usually start the first side with the opposite from the rim lock. And when you have here in this section, you want to like push the tire, because the rims are made so that you have, I don't know if you can hear that, the rims are made so that there is this installing area of the tire. But you guys know that stuff. I don't want to, imagine that coming to my hands. Luckily not. This is a motocross tire and it's frozen. So one thing that helps you would be a melted tire. But I don't like to cheat. I like this, the Michelin style tire irons. I think they are the best. you don't have anything yet, go get yourself some good quality tire irons. They will help a lot, and I mean a lot. Even if you think you want to save some money, having a 3 quality tire irons, it's almost a must. Off from the rim with the moves inside, especially now that it's cold. Oh. But you can do it like so. Just put some pressure there and bum bum bum, and it comes free. And the key is to start from the opposite side of the rim lock. If your moves or your tires accept you to use rim locks. You just push the bib moves inside. Everything is frozen. My hands are frozen. The tires are frozen. Everything is frozen. It's winter. Come on, everybody. Clap your hands. I did it. Like so. Then I need to just start from the it's usually good to have 2 tire irons at this moment. You have to keep in mind that, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's gone too far here, and I need to have it on the middle because that's the installation bead or section. That's where you should have always. It's designed so that you have installation, the inner. There is this a little taller section. But yeah, this was actually pretty easy. That's nice. One thing that I need now is somewhere on the floor. I'm using a lock. Okay, we are coming to the sections what most of the people get wrong. When this starts to, the last bit starts to feel like too hard, what you need to do is to press down from here, because these sections, they want to rise to the outer part of the tire, and as I said, the tire needs to sit on the installation section so that you have the most room, so that you are not like breaking the metallic, is it something like what is it called? Strap. Metallic strap. Sounds kinky, right? Like so. And now it should be like a ding ding. Easy deasy. Easy beasy. I'm not pulling all the way so that I can have the room to, you know, I leave this here so that I have room to put this on the edge. I always take this a little bit back and then I have room to. Oh, that's now we are on the tire lock section, and this is usually why I try to push the tire lock there and give it some hammer, and off we go. We are ready. As you saw from the video, I got this tire ready, and now that I have spike tires in my rear tire, I need to just put on the front one as well, and then I'm ready to hit the snow. To be honest with you guys, I don't have that much of snow experience yet, because in the recent years, I have ridden since 2013, so in the recent years there haven't been that much of snow available here in southern Finland, but maybe this year we have a lot of snow already and 2 months of snow riding, I think. But that's all about. I don't know yet how long the snow will last. But yeah, now it's ready. I'm ready. If you have a winter tire, if you have ridden in the snow, comment below and let me know what kind of tires and inner tire combos are you guys running. I'm eager to hear your opinions about this, and especially from you Nordic guys that know the real Nordic guys that are from the northern parts of Finland and Sweden and Norway. I'm gonna now change the front tire and then go out and ride. Bye.